Nollywood bans are like unexpected plot twists. 1 minute, an actor is everywhere. The next, their career is on to be continued. Whether it's for high fees, social media drama, or real-life scandals that sound like a movie script, some of Nollywood's biggest names have been told to step aside. So who got sidelined and why? Click on the button to like this video as we look into these actors and actresses who were banned from acting. Jerry Williams. Jerry Williams was asked to leave Nollywood for a while. Yes, they told him my friend shifts. The Actors Guild of Nigeria carried out the suspension as fast as Lagos officials impounding an unregistered car. Their reason? Drug-related issues. In 2023, they made it official. Jerry's own script had taken an unexpected plot twist, and the industry wasn't buying the storyline. At first, it looked like he was just getting too deep into his bad boy roles. But when real-life action started overshadowing movie scripts, AGN had to act fast. The president basically told him, "You have been getting warning signs, but since you like suspense, here is an indefinite suspension for you." Just like that, Jerry Williams went from being the king of romantic and epic movies, starring in a real-life drama titled, "Where is Jerry?" As expected, Nollywood was not silent. Actors whispered like palace mates in an epic film, "Ah, Jerry has done himself." Fans on the other hand were wailing, "Free our Prince Charming," as if he had been tied to a tree by Kanayo or Kanayo. But AGN stood their ground. They made it clear, no rehabilitation, no redemption arc. Meanwhile, Jerry's suspension started feeling like those Nollywood village courses that require 7 elders and talking priestess to break. Even movie producers were adjusting scripts where they used to write cast Jerry Williams. They started writing cast any available fine boy. The industry moved on, but everyone kept an eye out for Jerry's return. Next is Angel Unigwe. Everything was going on well for Angel Unigwe until Nollywood's Grandmaster of Authority, Kanayo Okanayo, decided to press the red button on her career. And when Kanayo bans you, it's not the kind of ban you can beg your way out of. It's the type that makes producers act like you never existed. Kanayo stormed Instagram and accused Angel and her mother of scamming producers, claiming they had turned disappearing acts into their own personal franchise. 1 minute on set, the next minute, poof, gone. And in true Kanayo fashion, he didn't just complain, he put a spiritual stop-work order in Angel's career, warning producers that if they dared to book her, he would scatter the sets. Now, when Kanayo says he will scatter something, it's not small scatter, it's the full Nollywood thunder, lightning, ancestral realm level scatter. Before Angel could even post God abeg on her Instagram story, Nollywood locked her out. Producers avoided her like an unpaid debt, and Rose dried up faster than Harmattan breeze. It was as if the entire industry had signed a secret, no Angel on set agreement overnight. It all played out when All of Us series snubbed her from the credits and the premiere of the movie. She stayed before the premiere. The producer later claimed they had invited her, but she and her mom allegedly asked for extra payments just to show up. As expected, Mama Juliet returned to the battlefield defending Angel. But at this point, the more the noise, the more it seemed like Angel's brand was taking hits after hits. With each new controversy, her name was shifting from rising star to too much wahala. Next on our list is Adanma Luke. Adanma Luke didn't just get banned from Nollywood. Her career was put on airplane mode with zero signs of connection. 1 minute she was producing movies, casting top actors and shouting action on sets. The next minute, the entire industry carried a red biro and marked her name like Jam marking a candidate who wrote nonsense. If you are familiar with Adanma in the Miss Nollywood roles, you know she was always that fine babe dealing with a wicked mother-in-law or suspecting her billionaire husband of having a secret wife. But this time, it wasn't a movie. Real life Wahala entered the charts. She was producing a film that involved a bold river scene. And before anyone could say cut, tragedy struck. Junior Pope and some crew members lost their lives in the river. And just like that, Nollywood's money turned into finger pointing. Before Adanma could even post her side of the story, the Actors Guild of Nollywood moved like Nigerian landlords when rent is overdue. They issued a ban so fast even her Twitter users were shocked. It wasn't the type of suspension where you quietly take a break and come back with new level, new devil caption. No. This one was the carry cross and beg type. But one thing was clear, Adanma in Dini's career was now on a long commercial break. Hanks Anuku. Hanks Anuku didn't just fade from Nollywood. He was quietly removed like a badly written character whose storyline no longer made sense. He was once the face of action-packed crime movies, the go-to villain who could put off a menacing stare without breaking a sweat. But Nollywood has a way of turning its back when things go south. And before anyone knew it, Anuku was banned from acting. At first, it didn't seem official. There was no press conference, no dramatic announcements. But suddenly, his name stopped appearing in movie credits. Producers stopped calling. The man who once dominated screen was now missing in action, and whispers started. Reports of erratic behavior, substance abuse, and mental health struggles spread like wildfire. People who once feared his on-screen characters now pitied the man himself. Then came the video in 2023, the one that sealed his fate. Hanks was seen roaming the streets, looking nothing like the smooth-talking bad guy Nollywood fans remembered. The internet exploded. Was this real? Or was he just preparing for another tough role? But the industry had already made up its mind. No one was willing to take the risk of casting him. Even when colleagues like Sean George defended him, the industry had moved on. By the time people realized that Anuku was truly banned from acting, it was too late. His legendary days were behind him. The Nollywood that once embraced him had replaced him with new faces, new villains, and new stories. The camera had stopped rolling, the script had stopped coming, and the action star who once ruled the industry was now just another name in Nollywood's history book. Next is Tonto Dikeh. Tonto Dikeh nearly received Nollywood's version of a red card, not for bad acting, but for turning social media into a battlefield during her infamous 2017 divorce saga. The AGN wasn't ready for the premium drama she was serving daily and decided it was time to put her on their watch list. Now, divorce scandals in Nollywood are nothing new, but Tonto took hers like a blockbuster film. Plenty of action, suspense and plot twists. Every day, new accusations dropped like hit song on a dated December playlist. 1 minute it was about infidelity, the next financial wahala. Then, domestic violence. Social media became her courtroom and her ex-husband was the defendant. Nollywood was watching with popcorn, but the AGN was shaking its head like a Nigerian parent watching their child misbehave in church. The guide had seen enough. They issued a stern warning, making it clear that if she didn't cool down, she could be placed on an indefinite timeout. In their eyes, an actress should be known for her on-screen performances, not for breaking the internet with daily drama. But did Tonto Dikeh listen? Of course not. She kept going, determined to tell her truth, whether AGN liked it or not. Though, suspense never officially happened. The tension was enough to make some filmmakers quietly back away, at least until the storm settled. Since the divorce, Tonto Dikeh was not able to secure any significant role in the movie industry. But as always, Tonto bounced back. Nollywood or no Nollywood, she remained relevant, expanding her brand, taking over social media, and proving that no matter what, she wasn't going anywhere. Next is Nkechi Blessing. In case you missed it, Blessing was banned from acting, but let's be honest, did she really care? Nollywood bans are supposed to humble people, make them reflect, and maybe even prompt a teary apology video. But Nkechi, she turned her ban into content. In 2021, Tampan decided they had enough of the wahala. The actress, known for her no-filter attitude and back-to-back buzz on social media, was caught in a messy online fight with fellow actor Lege Miami. The dragging was hotter than Lagos at 2 p.m. Insults were flying, tables were shaking, and before anyone could stay caught, Tampan stepped in with a suspension. Blessing was officially banned from acting. Now, in Nollywood, when they ban you, you are supposed to go low-key, maybe beg elders, or at least pretend to be remorseful and get a deed of pardon. But instead of silence, she gave them volume. She continued her social media runs, fired shoots at Tampan's leadership, and let everyone know she wasn't going anywhere. It was as if the ban fueled her even more. Of course, the ban had consequences. Some producers avoided working with her, collaborations slowed down, and her name wasn't showing up on posters as often. But Blessing found a way to stay relevant. Next is the G8. In 2010, 8 A-list actors popularly known as G8, which consist of Genevieve Nnaji, Ramsey Nouah, Omotala, Jim Ike, Stella Damasus, Richard Mofe-Damijo, and Emeka Ike, were shown the red card by producers and marketers. Their crime, wanting to cash out like Premier League footballers. At the time, these actors were hotter than Lagos Sun in March. If a Nollywood movie didn't have at least one of them, was it even worth watching? But their bank accounts were beginning to feel the impact of all those blockbuster performances, and they decided it was time to increase their fees. Nollywood producers, however, reacted like Nigerian parents when their child asked for a salary increase in their own father's business. They said it was too much and promptly blacklisted them. The ban shocked Nollywood like a bad network connection during a live stream. How were producers going to survive without their biggest stars? These were the faces that made people rush to buy VCDs in traffic. The controversies sparked plenty of debates. Some felt the actors were being greedy, while others saw it as a battle for fair pay in an industry known for paying upcoming actors, with exposure and bowls of jollof rice. But the G8 were not about to sit at home. They started selling recharge cards. They found ways to stay relevant. Some jumped into music, others started businesses, and a few crossed over to international productions, proving they were bigger than Nollywood drama. Next up is Iyabo Ojo. Iyabo Ojo was kicked out of Nollywood's good book. Yes, the industry's no-nonsense queen found herself blacklisted for speaking up when many wanted silence. And in true Iyabo fashion, she didn't just speak up. She turned social media into a courtroom and went after anyone defending Baba Ijesha in his child molestation case. Morning, afternoon, and night, she was online, calling out actors, questioning the industry's silence, and demanding justice. Her relentless activism made her a hero to many Nigerians, but the TAMPAN, the industry's governing body, she had become a thorn in their side. Then came the decision. TAMPAN shut the door on her, saying she was bringing disgrace to the industry. Not only was she blacklisted, but the association also warned that any filmmaker who worked with her would face serious consequences. To make things even more dramatic, they extended the same punishment to Eniola Badmus, as if banning one unspoken actress wasn't enough. Next is Yomi Fabiyi. Yomi Fabiyi, the Yoruba movie actor and filmmaker, was banned from acting. Yes, you just read that right. In fact, if they could have banned him from holding a camera, they probably would have. The man woke up one morning, decided to be the Martin Luther King Jr. of Nollywood, and ended up being the most cancelled filmmaker in 2021. It all started when Yomi, in his infinite wisdom, released a movie titled Oko Iyabo. Nigerians took one look at the movie and said, this one don't pass boundary. Why? Because in the middle of a real-life child molestation case that had the entire country in shock, Yomi thought, you know what, let's turn this into a movie real quick. TAMPAN and the Actors Guild of Nigeria took one look at the scripts, the cinematography, and the audacity, and immediately concluded this was a man who needed a very long break. He was banned from acting. Of course, Yomi tried to explain himself. He claimed Oko Iyabo was all about human rights, but Nigerians weren't buying it. Next is Lizzy Anjorin. Lizzy Anjorin was kicked out of Nollywood's VIP section, not for bad acting, not for forgetting her lines, but for doing what she does best, shaking the tables like a malfunctioning fan. TAMPAN had had enough of her wahala and decided to send her on an indefinite break. Lizzy had turned social media into her personal AM radio station, calling out colleagues, dropping accusations like hot akara, and generally turning Nollywood into an episode of Big Brother Naija without the prize money. Every week there was fresh drama. One day she was dragging an actor. The next day she was throwing shade so sharp it could cut fufu. TAMPAN looked at all of this and decided enough is enough, banning her faster than a Lagos landlord increasing rents. But banning Lizzy Anjorin from Nollywood is like banning jollof rice from Nigerian parties. It won't last. Even with a suspension, she kept living large, promoting her businesses and reminding everyone that she didn't need Nollywood to shine. This is the time to like this video. Meanwhile, I did a video about Nollywood actors and actresses who are surprisingly good at singers. This is time to like this video. Meanwhile, I did a video about Nollywood actors and actresses who are surprisingly good singers. Click on the video showing on the screen to find out which of these Nollywood actors and actresses are surprisingly good singers. Click on it before this video ends, because if this video ends,